Hello, my friends, and thank you for joining me, Karen Barney, Karmic One Tarot, bringing you the Daily Sunspot for October 2nd, 2020. This is the Flower Therapy Oracle deck. What does it have to say for October 2nd, please? It's the one card we need to see for October 2nd. One card, please. Thank you. Which flower is it? This is past life healing, the forget-me-not. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. So have you done any introspection, my friends? Past life healing. What traumas need to be settled? Maybe they're not in this lifetime. Maybe they are in your distant past. A past life regression is always in order, my friends. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. So what is it about the present that you need to heal? What is it you need to heal and look to the past for direction on? This is the Fairy Lights Tarot, my friends. This is Five of Wands. So there's an internal conflict going on. There is a perhaps negotiation. Maybe you're negotiating with yourself. Sometimes we do that, right? If I do this, then that happens, and I can do this. You know, this situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past, and you bring healing into the present. So how are you going to eliminate this struggle? I've got the Nine of Swords here, my friends. The Nine of Swords, difficulties, anxieties, keeping you up at night. We're going to leave this one out too, just because it is the Death card. So the transition needs to move forward here, my friends. The transition is inevitable. The ending of whatever this trauma is inevitable. Bring about the past life healing. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. Here's the Ace of Cups. Well, you know what? All things with love, right, my friends? The Ace of Cups, your emotional state, your contentment, your happiness. How are you going to bring this about? This internal struggle is getting in the way of that happiness. The transition is upon you. It's time for you to, I would say, take action on it. It's time for you to try and release some of those anxieties. They're not necessarily of this lifetime. They may be, triggered by something that happened in a past life and you can't move forward from it yet. The Eight of Wands, swift movement, lots of messages flying back and forth, lots of communication, and sometimes even the arrows of love. So perhaps someone has offered you love and you're struggling with it because you're not sure if you can trust it. It gives you anxiety. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. Now the Death card, of course, Scorpio energy. Pluto is moving on, I believe, the 4th or the 5th, depending on where you are on the planet. And that is the death, the rebirth, and the shadow situations in our life. So where are your anxieties coming from? They're coming from the past, my friends. Heal those. Stand firm for them. Perhaps, perhaps your boundaries are a little bit strong. Perhaps you need to, all right, the 8 and the 9, so maybe you need to move up and be stronger with your boundaries. Try not to let this stuff in. Try to let it go a little bit more. The Nine of Wands, though, is standing firm for what you believe in, standing firm for your convictions. So, if this love is what's being offered to you, then it may be time to reevaluate where you stand, negotiate with yourself, and eliminate this internal struggle. Maybe it's a struggle with other people about this contentment, happiness, and the change that the Death card is bringing in. If that's the case, and you feel very strongly about what you're doing, keep your boundaries. But sometimes, when we draw that line in the sand, we eliminate any other options, and you don't necessarily want to do that. Your fears may be what you bring in, if that's the case. So be a little bit more flexible is what I'm hearing. Tell me about the Nine of Swords, please. The Nine of Swords here for October 2nd, 2020. What is it that gives you pause, gives you worry? The choice of whether or not to continue with this. The Lovers, the Gemini card, the partnership, a life-impacting choice within a partnership. And there's an element of this that you need to compartmentalize, handle, and then move away from. The Eight of Cups is crossing that river of emotion and leaving what doesn't serve you behind. So whatever this struggle is, you're going to have to move through it and past it to heal it. All right? Bring in this love, bring in this contentment. And how are you going to do that here with the Death card? I think it's pretty much inevitable. The Death card is an ending and a change and a transition coming in for you, morphing into a new life, morphing into the healing. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. You're at the doorway here. You're at the threshold, my friends. Are you going to move forward through it? Or are you going to hold your boundaries and stay where you are? Are you going to let the healing come in? Are you going to let your heart space open? One more card here, please, for the Death card. October 2nd. That full moon is about changing. That full moon we had yesterday is about changing things. It's bringing things to a conclusion, if that's the case, and you're ending something. So be it. That is your choice here with the Lovers card. If it is about moving forward into this situation, put your plans in action. Maybe you have boundaries and standards that you don't want to compromise on. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay. But if you're struggling with this and you truly do want this, what the cup that's being offered to you, you're at the doorway, so allow it. The Wheel of Fortune has put it there for you so that you can take advantage of it. So you've got to see this as a healing episode. How do you heal what's gone on before so you can trust what's coming? My friends, interesting reading. October 2nd, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you tuning in each day for the Daily Sunspot. And if you'd like to connect with me, all of my details are in the description box below. I wish you nothing but joy and happiness here, my friends. Thank you so much. Speak to you tomorrow.